The report came from the Brooklyn Nets that they will look to explore trades this offseason for none other than Ben Simmons. Jalen, hash it or pass it?
I'll hash it. See now, this I don't really understand too much because I don't feel like Ben Simmons has any value for him to be traded, and I feel also too that you could listen to the reports and everything, but I feel like Jock Vaughn is still trying to, because he said like he doesn't know how to use them because he provides disadvantages whether he goes big or small. But I feel like Jock Vaughn's been using him as just a backup center, and I feel like that's a fit for him, like as of just right now. But I feel like moving him again, I just don't know what you would get back because he's not really of value right now. So I just don't know, like what do you would get back? But yeah.
Can we just take a minute and look at what Jalen just said? Ben Simmons, the first overall pick, all NBA before all defense, is the backup center
Mhm.
of the Brooklyn Nets. Seb, pass it or pass it on Ben Simmons?
Hash it. Just the way it's looking, like I feel like Ben Simmons just lost love for the game. I don't know what it is. I don't know what his psyche is. You don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, so I can't really bash him too much for that. But I just feel like just as a first overall pick, somebody that came in that's been like a two-time All-Star already, and just the rate he's going now, I feel like this might be a bigger bust than Kwame Brown because we see Ben Simmons' potential. Everybody has compared him to Jay.
Wait, hold
No,
on,
no,
wait,
look at
hold
it. All
on,
right,
Seb.
hear
No,
me
we're
out,
not,
hear me out, hear me out. Hear
nah.
me out, hear me out though. Hear me out though. Hear me out, Kwame Brown never exceeded no expectations. He was just a first round pick out of high school. Ben Simmons coming into this, they said, "Oh, he's just a jump shot away from being the Lex LeBron." We seen him in All Star performance. We've seen him a two-time All Star already. We see the Ben Simmons. Now it's looking like has his prime already reached before he could even turn to the age of 27? We're looking at it like that. In this, my opinion alone, he just looks like he might be the biggest bust as a number one overall pick because he's talented as fuck. Ben Simmons, before injury, we're talking about somebody that's an all defensive player, 50-point per game scorer, sees the floor, pushes the ball like Magic Johnson. Ben Simmons was an
First
elite player.
all NBA.
All NBA, yes, we're saying all these accolades. Now we're just looking at him as somebody that could just get tossed around, somebody that fell out of rotation. Come on now. And this is not to like bash him. I know everybody want to bash Ben Simmons and say this because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But this is just a huge drop off rate. The guy averages like 3 or 4 points. Like a single triple double, like a triple single. This is not the Ben Simmons that we see in his first years within Philly. It's just a tough stretch right now, but at the rate it's going, and if it continues like this, me personally, I have to say that he'd be a bigger bust than Kwame Brown because Ben Simmons had expectations coming into it. From his rookie season, winning Rookie of the Year to just being a Defensive Player of the Year candidate to even being like a number one seed within Philly. He looked great when he was in Philly, and I feel like just after that Atlanta series we just look at him in a different limelight now. People don't even talk about that he was a number one pick and all types of sorts. So just me personally, I just feel like it just looks bad on him. I hope that he could pick it up just to at least to be a double digit scorer, something of that nature. Because just the way it just looks like he's going outside right now, and you don't want to see that from an NBA player that's pick number one. Because at the end of the day, you got your money. Now you got to produce. That's what it really comes down to in the NBA. Nobody really cares that much about what you got going on. They care that you got paid. They care that you're a number one overall pick. And that's just what the media goes off of. At the end of the day, he's still a human being. Like, we got to understand that people go through shit all the time. But just when you're playing on the NBA platform, you're going to get criticized at the highest level because you're playing the best brand of basketball that there is to offer, the NBA. So that comes with that. So it's not like to say it's unfair criticism. It's just what you produce on the court is what they're going to write about on the papers.
Right. I'll hash it. Ben Simmons. Now, in previous times I might have been harsh on Ben Simmons. Let me just be honest. I'm actually, was still kind of, not really, a Ben Simmons fan. Like when he was on the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't know if you can remember, Seb. I liked Ben Simmons. He was one of my
100%.
he was one of my favorite players. I was one of the ones agreeing that he's a jump shot away from being LeBron James. Now I don't know what happened to him in Philly. Who knows? Like I said, behind the scenes, we don't really know what happened. Who knows? Either way, it just didn't work out. He didn't want to play for the team anymore. He goes to the Brooklyn Nets in a trade for James Harden. How did he get traded there? But then he was hurt because to be traded, you have to pass a physical. But that's another story for another day. I don't know how he found his way to Brooklyn, but he finds his way there. Doesn't play. I remember when they were facing the Boston Celtics. What was it like? Going into game 3, and they were like, "He's gonna play." They lost the game. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what happened there either. But once again, give them the benefit of the doubt. Who the hell knows? But now you're coming into this season. Ben Simmons is also quoted saying, "Me, Kyrie, and KD, this is about to be scary." Well, what the hell are you talking about? Because the only thing that's scary is your jump shot. The man doesn't want to shoot the ball. He doesn't really want to attack the basket because he's afraid to go to the free throw line. Yes, he's a great passer, but we're not about to pay you close to $200 million just to pass the ball. We can just go get Ricky Rubio. I'm confused. I really wish that's someone I would love to do a sit down with on a podcast. Because I would really want to dissect what's wrong with you. Like, I just don't get it. Now, I heard him on a podcast with JJ Redick, but they're cool. So he's not really going to ask the questions that we want to know. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, I just have to see it because recently I put up a questionnaire, a poll, whatever you want to call it, on the It's Debatable Instagram page. Please follow that if you don't already. Where I said Ben Simmons is either washed, can get back to all NBA form. I was the only one that voted that can get back to all NBA form. The only one, and I wasn't really trolling, but I think it's a both. I think he is washed right now, but can he get back to NBA All-Star form? I may be smoking too much weed, but I think he can. Like I just, I think he can, but he won't. So I feel he can. He has the body type. He still has the passing skills. He could be good defensively, even though he fouls a lot more than what he did in Philly. I don't know what's that all about. And he just lets people get into his head too much. And then you make two free throws at the free throw line. You do the Michael Jordan shrug. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not the
what are you talking about, man? I don't know. I really like me personally. I just feel like I want to see him like succeed because at the end of the day, when he wasn't healthy, when he was in Philly, he looked like a monster. He looked like a fucking defensive beast. You know, somebody that gets everybody involved. You know, him and Joel Embiid look like a great pairing. It's just they said some report that fucking they when they was doing hacker fucking Simmons in that Washington series, they said something about how him and Bradley Beal had a discussion that I'm gonna knock these two free throws down, put 5,000 on it. Bradley Beal double it, the motherfucker missed both and just lost his confidence. I don't know how true that story is, but it's just like just hearing that, it's just like you feel like there's something up with Ben Simmons' psyche. But I just feel like he just gotta snap out of it. He just gotta push forward, start taking more jumps. Just fuck everybody, man. Just really play your game, bro. Because we see Ben Simmons when he's been playing like an all NBA talent. It's scary to see, man. And if he was playing like that with the Nets, I don't think none of this shit would have been happening. Just to keep it a buck. If he was playing that with the Nets, like at least 14 points a game, like 8 assists, 8 boards, none of this shit would have been happening. So
well. We don't know how Kyrie Irving would have felt about that. So let's just leave that for another day. We don't know how Kyrie.
We could discuss it more, but
Jalen, you go bite your lip and whatever. We do not know how Kyrie Irving would have felt about that. Who knows?
But Philly, he was playing like prime Ben, and that's sad to say because your prime doesn't even come till later on. Well, you're more seasoned in NBA, but if you play like prime Ben, we truthfully wouldn't know. It would have been scary. It would have been scary.
Wait, how old is Ben Simmons?
Like 27.
Because your prime starts at 26, 27. So he wasn't even in his prime making all
26 years old. So he would just currently be entering his prime.
That's why I say somehow he can get back to all stuff. It's not like he's 32. Then it's like, yeah, you're not like he's just entering his prime. So, but that's gonna take a lot. Like